Ladies and gentlemen and ninjas, welcome back to the African Geekdom with I, Yaman, JP, Wagwan YouTube. Today we're here to review Interview with a Vampire. I saw this trailer a few months back, and that trailer was overly gay to me, motherfucker. Trailer was gay as fuck. Like, oh, it's 2022. Of course they're doing it that way. I was dismayed, and Louis was black. Was like, oh no, contrary to what people have been saying about Wakanda Forever. And the woman here, I was saying, okay, this is a woke mess. This is gonna be a woke mess. Blood, what the fuck? Character was played by Brad Pitt, Louis de Pointe du Lac, played by Brad Pitt in the original movie, now played by Jacob Anderson of Game of Thrones fame. He played Grey Worm, yeah, in Game of Thrones. So I was like, fuck this shit, bro. Anyway, you know what, let's get into it. We're here to review Interview with a Vampire. Let's find out if it's worth it. Sunday, I'm on my rum, get on your rum.
We're a family.
She is poisoning you against me.
You two have each other. Who am I supposed to love?
This is not a life! You took my life!
We'll be together 10,000 nights, 100,000.
Ready to begin the adventure of our lives. My companions in immortality.
Interview with the Vampire, starring Jacob Anderson as Louis de Pointe du Lac and Sam Reed playing Lestat de Lioncourt, who was played by Tom Cruise in the original movie. And this is based off the works of Anne Rice. I must confess I've never read one of her books. I wish I had back in the day. And full confession, I loved that movie, Interview with the Vampire. One of my favorite movies. I was very young when I watched it. And I just thought, like, oh, it's implied heavily. They didn't go for the man-on-man action back then in the 90s. It's very heavily implied that these two are gay. And as a young man, I just thought they were friends. Like real tight. Fuck, how time has changed, eh? Motherfucker. Yeah, I just thought they were real tight friends, yeah. So it takes place in New Orleans, and of course I read a couple of or one article about the changes that have been made for this TV show, how they brought it forward in time, and yeah, the Louis is now black, the former a descendant of a plantation owner who fucked the black chick, of course, and it's going to be based in modern days, in 790s. It's in 2022 in Dubai instead of San Francisco, where the original interview took place. They brought that forward, and the journalist Daniel Malloy is now interviewing him again. I get why they did this, because there are two books kind of around the same events. You get one book from Louis' point of view, his original interview, Daniel Malloy, and then you get a book from Lestat's point of view, which was, you know, a less biased retelling of the story. And I think that's at the point that Anne Rice wanted to make Lestat like her main character instead of Louis. So overall, Interview with Vampire is basically a vampiric love story throughout the ages of these two male lovers. This could have been on fucking HBO. Oh, I shudder to think what it would have been like on HBO. Oof. Lots of nudity, lots of man-on-man action, and of course their fledgling daughter, Claudia, young Claudia, who gets turned at a very young age. So you're following this basically odd hodgepodge vampire family throughout the ages, and I must say I went in this pessimistic as fuck, expecting to be disappointed, and also maybe turned off, kind of. Yeah, he's turned off here by all the gay stuff on display. Turns out that I wasn't turned on by the gay stuff, but it didn't bother me like at all, because priority was the story and the characters. Lestat, the actor playing Lestat is an Australian actor. When I researched it, wow, he did the French accent perfectly. He spoke French perfectly. And for those who don't know, here in Seychelles, we are a Creole country. We speak Creole, English, and French. So yeah, on peut parler français vraiment bien, mon ami. Au moins, j'essaie à parler français vraiment bien. So yeah, and Louis was the actor playing Louis. I liked him since Game of Thrones, and he did a pretty damn good job. The cast surrounding him, the craft on display here, portraying Louisiana at the time, the time period, it was very good, very well crafted. And the story was engrossing, the drama and the tragedy all brought in together, and with the added trope, just calling it a trope, of racism. Of course, back then he's black, Louis, that is. So he's had to deal with a lot of that, and he's dealing with it as a vampire, which I found to be very interesting. And like I said, Lestat being a very lascivious, deceitful, manipulative character. Fucking awesome, fam. I'm telling you. I can't really say if this could have been better any other way if they had stuck directly to Anne Rice's novel. Because it was good. I was happy with what I got. Violent, yes, very. If you're going to give us a lot of sex, give us a lot of violence. Perfect. I'm down. I'm there with you. I'm not sure if it's beat for beat by the... Yeah, of course there have been changes, but other things, if they're beat for beat, what happened. But it was pretty fucking good. And I give this show a high recommend. So when it comes to Interview with the Vampire, season 1, I really do hope it gets a season 2, because they're calling it the Immortal Universe. There's another book of Anne Rice about witches that's being turned into a TV show. I can't wait to see that one. I really hope this gets a season 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, because she has a lot of books. So I can sink my teeth into this one. So yeah, my rating, I give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it wasn't bad, wasn't great. I was enthralled, engrossed the whole time. On my checking scale, I give this a Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover. So till next time, it's been me, Yaman JP. Wakanda forever, my ninjas. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. May the odds be ever in your favor. JP out.